Breathe in, move, listen. Invite Jesus to your space.
Welcome to Christ-Centered Yoga and how to use a mantra. I'm excited about this practice, especially because this week, this book, Because of Him I Know Who I Am, a Christ-Centered Guide to Mantra, Movement, and Mindfulness in English and the native language. This is actually our 10th language that has come out in this mantra meditation book. And Thai is special because our illustrator that does all of the books is from Thailand. And so he's our translator on this, and he put it in his native language. Obviously, I do not know Thai. I've listened to it a little bit, and you start to wonder, well, how would I even do that? In the back of every book is a QR code that you can scan, and you'll be able to hear all the mantras in that language, in that forward sacred sound, so that you don't have to worry, and you can start learning and meditating with them. And there's also a yoga practice with every QR code as well, to use the mantra while moving and breathing. And the book kind of describes the benefits to transcendental meditation, foreign sacred sound, movement, breath, all of those wonderful things. So pick your language. There's 10 available right now. And I also really believe that as we learn to meditate in these mantras and learn other people's languages, that love and light will increase throughout the world, and we'll be able to take the words of Christ to every kindred tongue, language, and country. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start our practice today. And get any blocks, props, anything that you need. It rained this morning, but the sun is starting to come out. It's a beautiful fall day, so let's just start to center in the middle of our mat. Close down the eyes if it feels safe. Take a deep breath in and just start to observe the breath. This is the part of yoga where we establish intention, a Christ-centered intention, or a mantra, or a foreign sacred sound. Something we intend to step onto our mat with, and if we get distracted throughout the practice, we can come back to it over and over again, creating positive beliefs and being able to weed out those voices that aren't those voices that we should be hearing, because the mind never stops, it just keeps thinking. So let's replace it with positive sacred intention. So pick your mantra in this moment. Could be anything, a short word, a phrase. And if you need to pick one in the book, grab a mantra there. There's many of them. We might even start with one as simple as "You are loved." And you could pause for just a moment. If you know a second language or a third, I encourage you now to take your personal mantra and translate it into that language or one that you're studying. So Google Translate is perfect for that. The benefits of technology. Push pause, get your mantra, come back to the mat, and then once you have that, start to repeat it over and over in the mind or out loud or as a whisper to establish your heartfelt intention, to establish your mantra you can come back to when the monkey mind wants to move from the trees, and come back to the breath, come back to the sound. That's how we learn to be still and to meditate, to be able to hear what is not said and to see beyond our natural eyes and to give the mind rest. So good for our minds. Allows us to bring the nervous system back into balance, especially when using a foreign sacred sound. Brings that left hemisphere back in when we're moved into fight and flight. So you can read all those benefits in the back of that book if you would like. So now that you've established your intention, make sure you recognize your breath. Where is it coming from? In the nose or out the mouth? Or can you let the breath descend all the way down into the belly? Maybe even visualize that breath coming in and out of the heart space. Allowing yourself to imagine this breath, your connection to your heavenly home while away on this earth, your lifeline. Invite Christ to your space as if His presence is already here. Bring your mess to the mat and step for a moment into the passenger side of your vehicle, your body, and let him be the guide. For these next moments that you connect, move, breathe, meditate, and clear out all of the negative toxins that may be inside, all the blockages, all of the things that the body keeps the score with when we move through this life of experience. So with your next breath, inhale, reach high to the sky, full belly breath in. And exhale, scapular retraction. Let's look up to the heaven above and just start to move the breath and the body. Maybe even focusing on that mantra, just allowing yourself to hear it over and over in the mind as you breathe and move to clear out space in the body. Let's just do one more right here. Inhale. Take a nice exhale. Maybe it's an audible, letting it all go. And then inhale, circle sweep high to the sky. And I'm going to just come right on forward. You could use a block here, just stretching out, feeling the body, sinking into the feeling body, and out of the thinking mind. So letting go of the stories that are taking place sometimes that catch us off guard, and come back to the breath, come back to the mantra, the sound over and over. We'll go to the right side of the body. Gently move into this. You could use a prop or a block here to keep the heart tall, the crown long. And then exhale, soften into the back of this glute. Good. One more breath in. And a long exhale out. Travel to the other side. Just bring some sensation into the back of the hips. Heart is leading with love. Light out through the crown of the head. And then we'll come back to center and just swap our legs sides. So bringing that other one forward, start to walk out through the center. Make sure that those hips are grounded like two push pins on the bottom of the mat. Again, you're leading through light and love, anchored towards a foundation of hope, of truth, grounding, maybe even that foundation on Christ. Let's go opposite now. Take it to the left side of your mat. Lean in through the heart. And exhale, hip hinge through the waist. Breathe into this space. And follow your breath. Good. Bring it all the way over to the other side. And then gently and slowly align the body and relax and breathe. Using that mantra or that sound so that the mind can't conceive of another thought than what it is already experiencing. This bliss of sound, of tonal vibration, ancient sacred sound when we put it in a foreign language. Good, we'll bring it back up to center. Good job. Circle sweep and lift high to the sky. And let's gently and slowly move to the front of our mat if we haven't already. Give a nice little windshield wipe out with the knees, just getting some circulation into the hips this morning. Even go ahead and roll down onto the back. Knees come into the chest, give some love there to the spine, the low back, what feels good, or maybe it's stillness today. Legs will go up the wall, just extend through the back of the hamstrings, and then gently and slowly bring the right leg in. Left leg goes long, and we'll just find a flossing sensation with that hip here, moving in and out, maybe bringing it all the way out to the side, pausing for a breath, keeping both hips and shoulders on the earth. And then bring it across the chest into a spinal balance. Reach out long across the body. Both shoulders are grounded. You might feel some popping sensations, and that's okay. A little bit of snap, crackle, and pop. Just breathe into it. Let the body release and let go through the breath. Then come back to the middle, and let's do the other side. So left knee comes in. We'll just floss out that hip, get it ready for the day, whatever you're recovering from, or if it's morning, or you're winding down in the evening. And we'll take it across the body now into that spinal twist. So shoulders are heavy. You could cactus the arm or extend it long. Look out over that opposite shoulder. Close down the eyes. Any chance we can get to close down the eyes in our practice helps us become more aware of what's going on inside the body as we connect with our breath. And then bring it back to center. Knees come in. Egg beater out the legs. Feel what feels good in the lower body. And let's just hit a nice little happy baby's pose. So grabbing on the outside of the calves, the ankles, or the feet. Deep belly breath in, flex the feet towards heaven above, and then exhale, let the knees descend towards the earth. Open the heart. Maybe you add some movement here. Maybe there's stillness. You'll know as you check in. Close your eyes, become aware of the breath and the sensations in the body. Do that little body scan, especially where it talks about in the book about scanning out the tensious places in our body. And then moving and breathing to let go of those tensious places. So maybe you stretch your connective tissue on one side versus the other, or maybe both legs at the same time. You could even come into a butterfly pose and feel what feels good here. Also allowing us to stay present in our practice. So if the mind starts to wander, can you come back to the mantra, the Christ-centered intention that you established at the first of your practice? Let's take the right foot over top of the left knee, hug it in tight, supine position, one hand underneath, and grab for the back of the hamstring. We'll start to pull in, flexing both feet here. Again, rotate, feel what feels good. Maybe you shift slightly to that flexed foot just to feel that secret spot of tension. And then breathe a little bit deeper, go a little bit further with the breath. Can you make your exhale twice as long as the inhale? And if you start to feel tension flaring up in this hip, in this piriformis and glute area, grab onto that mantra, that sound, and just repeat it over and over in the mind as you breathe, knowing that you're exactly where you need to be, bringing yourself into a place of comfort. We create artificial stress and tension in the body in yoga and breathe through it through these meditative tools so that we can deal better with the so-called emergencies or stress and tension in the real world. Knowing that we're perfectly fine and okay as long as we breathe through and find a place of safety. So if I'm going to let go of here, I'm just going to drop my hips to the left side. The flex foot goes to the earth. I'll untuck my toes here. I could hold onto the ankle with this left hand and then start to play into dropping this knee open, going into the bursai pocket of the hip on the right side. Or cactus arm out, look over, make it a twist. Feel what feels good here. And then bring it back to center. We're not holding these postures for a long time like we would do in yin. This is a little bit of a flow to just move out the whole body, get you ready for the day. Bring those knees right on top of each other like you're riding a bicycle. Grab onto both feet. And then pull those handlebars down and start to breathe into that glute that we've been letting go of, letting the tension, the release come out of the hip where we store so much emotion. Our hips carry a lot of emotion, especially in women. So breathe into this space, and our hips can carry a lot of tension for the whole, both genders, male and female, especially being prominent into the low back pain if our hips are tight. So gently unwind, swap sides, figure four on the other side. Go deep in, grab underneath the hamstring, take a deep breath here. And exhale, soften and surrender. This is where your play is, so close down the eyes and become aware. Use that scanning technique, again, that we talk about in the book here, Because of Him, I Know Who I Am. We'll scan out those places, especially when our hearts maybe feel heavy, we have lots of emotion going on. Maybe the light's dimmed low and we're trying to find that light of Christ, because there is this part of us that we know we're loved, and being loved is a little bit different than feeling love. And sometimes when we get caught up in those experiences of life and the body's holding the score of trauma or pent-up energy, then it's hard for us to feel as much. So that's what the joy and therapeutic benefits of yoga is to be able to flush all of those things out that we're holding on to with our breath and our sound. So I'm going to drop into that other side here. foot goes to the earth. You could grab for the ankle if it feels good. We're just working into this bursae fluid pocket here in the hip and the glute. Really protects all of our joints and really needs to be let go of sometimes. So let that knee fall away. You could cactus the arm, make it a twist. Wherever you're traveling is exactly where you need to be. So drop into it. Let the facial muscles be soft. Let the eyes soften. Even the sockets behind the eyes. Can you let go of where the tension is being held in the body and let it go with every breath that you take? Signaling that breath as a safety, a connection to your heavenly home, that you are okay. Just breathe. Good. And then bring it back to center. We'll do that knee over knee, grabbing onto those handlebars here. Both hands on the tops of the feet. And then pull down wherever it feels good for you to release that stress and tension now into that left glute. So breathe deeply. Maybe allow your sides of the mouth to curl up into a smile. Find that intention of positive light and love. Let your body feel peace as you move through it with your breath. You're doing a beautiful job. Come back to your mantra. Come back to the sound. Good. We'll unwind here. Give a little rock and roll. Start to move out into the upper body. Find some good nutrition to the brain. So the beautiful thing about our spines is that 90% of the movement of our spine gives fuel to the brain. So the more that you can move your spine, the better off you are. Let's go ahead and give one more rock all the way up. Maybe we even come up to our feet. And if we need to use our hands to assist us, we can. Go ahead and forward fold here. Generously bend the knees. Maybe we're using a block for extra space here. Be heavy here. Let the head be heavy. Maybe you sway from side to side or grab onto the elbows if it feels good. Anything that feels good here in the body, go in. Shake the head yes, maybe no, but always yes, ending on a positive. Knowing that there are times that we need to take those moments, we need to take rest, we need to take our 20 minutes to feel all the feels, to get all the emotions out. And then after that 20 minutes, we get back up on the horse, like my grandma always said, and ride again. So let's go ahead and nice and slow round up through the body for 3 and 2, all the way to stand, Urdhva, all the way up to the heaven above. Reach it out, stretch and open the back if that feels good. And then exhale, check in, prayer center. Let's find a Tadasana, mountain pose here, establishing our strong root of foundation. Maybe shift side to side, feel what feels good in the body. If we're feeling off balance today, this is a great grounding posture to really find your center. Zip up your tight jeans, lift the pelvic floor up, the belly up into the spine. The core is tight. The shoulders are down away from the ears. And the neck is long. It's a natural extension of our spine. Crown is lifted as if someone's pulling a string through the top of it, or you feel this beautiful white light radiating through the crown of your head. You're tall, you're strong, you're capable. Deep breath in, engage the quads, the glutes, everything is engaged here. This is a dynamic pose, sparking your fingertips. And then inhale, lift high to the sky, and exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, next breath, halfway lengthen. And then exhale, forward fold. We've been here before, so find a little different pose here, a different perspective, a different sensation. Maybe you walk it out on the spot if that feels good. Work out the hamstrings. And then step it all the way back into your downward facing dog. Take your time to bicycle out the heels. Make starfish clasp to the rock of an ocean with your hands to protect the wrists. Maybe up and down on the toes. Work out any pops or kinks in the ankles. Just sink into this breath, sink into the sound of your mantra. This is a beautiful time to just feel and experience the pose. Allow yourself to focus on the sensations of that phrase, repeating over and over as you breathe. So as you hold on to that mantra, take a nice deep breath in, Give me a nice audible, let it all go. Any stress, tension, sadness, anger, maybe it's joy. Smile, turn up the corners of your mouth, and then gently and slowly move forward to plank. Articulate your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. So moving out the spine, one breath, one movement. We don't move without breathing, and we don't breathe without moving. Let's go a little deeper into the hip here. Downward facing dog. We'll step the left foot to the blade edge corner. This is our lizard posture. Lots of options here. We can rock forward to back. If we need to experience some more sensation in the hip flexor, we can drop the knee. We can press out through the top of the knee, open and away from the body. Or maybe find ourselves closer to the earth or the floor, or using a block or a prop to stay up tall or come down low. Listen to your body. Let it tell you exactly what it needs and honor it. Give it exactly that. Maybe you're coming out on the pinky toe. You're softening here. We'll just take one more deep breath and find the tension there in the glute. Use the breath to move it out. Consciously think about the tension where it's rising and give it lots of positive light and sound with your mantra to push that out and away from the body. Come on out. We'll gently and slowly start to wiggle that foot right back to the center. Give a nice little flow through half split to lunge. Go at your own pace, your own breath. Again, one movement, one breath. We'll pause here, right hand to the inside, left wing will go high. Give a little healthy twist here. Maybe you pop up the back knee. Maybe it's grounded. And then cartwheel the arms back. Feel into the space of the windmill. Open up the hip flexor. Bring both hands to the top of the knee. Press down and open the chest. So going deeper here into this psoas, into the hip flexor. Maybe you tuck the chin to the chest and give a little pull back so you feel it now in the length of the quadricep. And then inhale, arms reach high to the sky. Exhale, fold down, frame the foot. Left leg will go high. Wiggle out anything tenses or tight. Circle out the hip, stack it left hip over right. Again, get into your feeling body. What feels good here? Explore. Send it forward to plank. Add a flow, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Or modify, drop to the earth, add extra push-ups if you need some extra heat today. Or maybe you're skipping the vinyasa altogether and you're finding a child's pose, a pose of rest. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. Take a deep breath in. Create those hands out in front of you. Feel some space in the back of the lower spine and the shoulders. And then if it feels good, let's go ahead and hit a nice thread the needle here before we tap into the second side. So I want to extend this one arm. We'll take the right wing high. Come all the way to the earth. Let the shoulder fall. The ear, the temple, rest on the earth. Take one hand wide. Feel into this breath. Both knees are wide here, child's pose, wide-legged child's pose. So breathe into the space. Listen. Tap into your mantra, your sound, your tonal vibration. Maybe even take a wing to the sky and you go for the half bind by touching the back of the quadricep on the other side or the inner thigh. And then unwind. Both hands come forward. Creep them up. Let's hit a nice puppy posture for 1 or 2 breaths. Just stretch out the back here. Hips are directly above the knees. Forehead comes to the earth. Bridge of the nose, chin over the chest. Follow your breath. Listen to that tonal vibrational sound as you bring it back to the mind if the mind has wandered. And then come back in, tabletop pose. Give a little cat and cow roll up, any organic movement that feels good in the spine. Tuck the toes, open the fleshy parts of the feet. Give some love to those feet. Roll out your head and neck, anything that feels tense or tight here. Maybe we grab onto an ear, open hand, and swap sides. Deep breath in, and a long exhale out. Option for chest expansion, that might feel really good here to open up the heart. Look towards the sky above. Breathe into the space of openness. Let the heart open. The crown is long. And then let go. Untuck the toes. Give a little shake out of the feet. take it back to your downward facing dog, bicycle out. Feel the difference between the right and the left side of the body. Just become aware of it, no judgments or expectations, but knowing where the balances and the imbalances are in our body. When we're ready, we'll step the right foot to the blade edge corner of this top of the mat. Find our place in lizard. Again, option to keep the knee up off the mat, rock forward to back, or drop the knee, come to the pinky blade edge toe. Maybe you're pressing the knee away from the body, opening the heart. Or you may be up tall with a block, depending on how that hip flexor is feeling, that psoas, or down low to the earth. Just breathe into the space. Know that the best thing that you can do is meet your body where it needs to be met. The best thing to do is close down the eyes and listen. Let the breath be the guide. Let yourself move into your feeling body to be able to feel Christ's love for you, not just to know or to be loved, but to really feel that you're loved. One more breath in. And a long exhale out. Beautiful job. Well, we had props and we were using them. Go ahead and remove them, bring them here, or you could use them as you flow in and out of half split here. Just a little bit of movement here, getting the body warm on the second side. Beautiful job. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and lift both of those arms high to the sky. Low lunge. Excellent job. Bring those arms down, left hand on the inside, a block, or right wing goes high, or the floor. Maybe you pick up the knee here. Maybe you leave it lowered. You could windmill those arms up. Find a nice little stretch as you grab the back leg. Beautiful. Open the heart. And then exhale all the way back down. Come back to your half split. Flow it out. Good. And then lift to your Anjalayasana one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Excellent. Push the knee away from the body. Find a little deeper stretch here. Sink into this breath. Feel that opener through the psoas, through the hip flexor. Maybe even pull back just ever so slightly. Tuck the chin to the chest. Really find what works here in the body. Where do you need to push out pent up energy here? Good. And then just drop into this. We'll gently and slowly lift that leg back up high to the sky. Stack the hip right over left. Floss out anything that's tense or tight. Breathe into that space. And then send it forward, whether we use a vinyasa flow or skip it all together. Your choice. Pick what works for you. Maybe it's knees and chest and chin. Maybe you'll pause in cobra or lift to an upward dog. Give a little twist out through the body. Again, every time it's different. We feel different every time. Come back to child's pose. Wide knee child pose. Sit back into it. We'll thread the needle on that second side. Find that portion of threading down. All the shoulder attaches to the earth. The temple, the head. We reach forward, creating that nice 90-degree angle with the arms. And just breathe, soften into the space, open up the shoulders. Let the heart feel the breath move in and out. As you listen to that sound of mantra, maybe you reach the wing high if you're going for the half bind, touching the inside of the thigh or the top of the quadricep. And if that doesn't serve you, find what does. Breathe it in. And let it go. Come back to your center. Give a nice little shake out. Let's take the top of the forehead to the earth, the top of the crown. Give a little nice massage front to back, side to side. Massaging all of those hair follicles, bringing lots of good, healthy blood to the brain. And then take those forearms on the mat, backwards on our mat. Give a nice, healthy stretch. Tuck up the toes, backwards again. Exhale, sink into it. Beautiful job. Beautiful way just to quickly stretch out the body for the day. We'll come all the way down. If we're ready to find that Shavasana, that final relaxation and that time to meditate or use our mantra a little bit deeper here. So lots of different options in Shavasana. We can extend out long or take even a minute or two for freeform yoga. If there's something that the body still needs, I invite you to go there now. Your body will vary every day, and something may be open and you're ready to receive it. Inversions, chest openers, back bends, wills. So good for the body. But if you're ready to wind down today, to close off your practice, Shavasana should never be skipped. So even if it's just for a moment or two, maybe your palms turn upward, the feet flop open, or you might even choose to do a Supta Baddha Konasana, putting one hand to the belly or the heart space, just to check in with breath and sound. So allow yourself to be comfortable. If you need to put any extra clothing on because the body will cool, do so. We try not to be distracted at all in these next few moments of meditation. We don't want to move the body at all, so if you need to move it, do so now, and then find yourself completely still. Head over heart, heart over pelvis, nice long stackable spine. Breath is moving in and breath is moving out. We've come to a place to invite Christ to our space and to bring our mantra back to the mind's eye center, the space between the two brows. Remember, as we ease into the foreign mantra and vibrational tone, by repeating it silently in your mind, we're not doing so at a particular rhythm. We refrain from thinking about our breathing and just focus on the mantra. Let the mantra be your point of concentration and allow the thoughts to float by like clouds in the sky. You might even feel moments of restoration or your body being restored, a calming feeling of rest. Before opening the eyes, take another moment of quiet to release your mantra. And when you're ready to open up those eyes or keep them closed, you can just rotate over to a fetal transformational pose of rest to check in. This asana represents almost like a transformation, becoming as a child, willing to submit to His will for your life and allow ourselves to change to our heart center. So moving up, awakening and rising for the day with a lot of positive intention and hope and light in our life. Let's close out our practice together with the biggest breath that we've taken all day. Inhale, reach high to the sky. And then exhale down to the heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And reach for those 3 contacts. I love to canyoneer with my family, and I think about the 3 points of contact for safety, and I think about it in a spiritual way, to reach to hear for the right voices, hear for Christ's voice and what He would have you receive, what He would want you to think about yourself through a mantra. Bring it all the way down into the third eye and seek for His truth. Seek for the truth of love and light, and all the way across the lips to remind us to speak loving words of kindness. Speak the words that He would have us share with others through our truth. And then all the way down into the heart space and build upon the foundation of His love. Thank you for joining me for Christ-centered yoga. I wish you all a beautiful day. Namaste.
If you enjoyed this practice, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up for more Christ-centered videos your way.